Hello, hello, Jamaal Rashad here, coming to you today from Frederick, Maryland, like always. ValorLives interview series episode number 46, and today I'm with Galen Clagett. Say hello, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Galen is the owner of Clagett Enterprises. He's been in business for 30 years. He's been married for 28 years, 4 kids, 12 grandkids, a whole bunch of stuff, right? So why did I do what I do? Number one, because there's successful people who deserve to have their stories told. Number two, there's people who need to hear successful stories so they could be inspired. And number three, to let you know you could go out there with a camera phone and a selfie stick and impact your community. So just like always, no interviews over 10 minutes long, raw, uncut, no special lighting, no special equipment. So, Mr. Clagett, why do you do what you do?
Well, I'd like to tell you it's a grand plan, but it's sort of evolved. Before I started this company, I was a county commissioner in Frederick County, and prior to that, I was a high school principal. And prior to that, I worked at Mount St. Mary's, and I worked in prisons. So I've had more than one career, and when I finished the political stint, the first one, I wanted to go into business, and I looked at what I knew something about, and this happened to be it. So that's why I did it. It was as plain as the nose on my face as to what I should do, really.
So, what has been the proudest moment of your career so far?
Wow, that's hard. The proudest moment for the business, I guess. The proudest moment has to be surviving. Actually, making a business work. We're diversified. We have like 5 different companies. We have 46, 47 employees. I'm proud of that. It's a lot of hard work. I was undercapitalized. I did this on a wing and a prayer, and I'm proud to have been able to do that.
Okay. What's been one of the lowest moments of your career?
Well, probably the lowest moment was leaving public office in 1986 because I lost the election,
Okay.
and I was going through a lot of other interesting times in my life, including a divorce and a number of other things. So I was pretty far down the heap, and I didn't go back into education, so I had no job, no money.
Mm-hmm.
So then that was pretty low.
So you said you left public office in '86.
Yes.
I was born in '83. So.
I went back in 2002, and I did 12 years in the House of Delegates. So
There
I
you
had
go.
8 years as a county commissioner, 12 years in the House of Delegates. So
Which
that's
one?
20.
Which one did you like better?
Well, I'm a manager by nature, but I really did enjoy the legislature because I had the appropriations committee, and we were able to do things for people with the money we had at the state level. And I think our state does a superb job of providing services and really being on the cutting edge of social issues as well as fiscally being on top of the world in that we always balance a budget.
Okay.
Always. That's a constitutional requirement.
There you go. I hear that. So you said you have about 46 or 47 employees.
Right.
So how do you create team culture so everybody's not killing each other?
Well, I think, first of all, the theme here is follow the money. We're
Okay.
we're a service industry. And the second idea is if it's not fun, we shouldn't do it. So we try to have fun, and we try to encourage. We have a leadership team,
Mm-hmm.
we try to encourage people to get as much in the way of education as possible and to feel ownership as far as the company is concerned. People like working here, and we have very little turnover, so it might be working. I hope it is. But we have a fun time. We have all kinds of parties, and we have a huge Christmas party, and we spend a good bit of money on these things. But you you're only as good as the people around whom you're working.
Correct.
So that's kind of our theme.
All right. Christmas party coming up soon. By the time this interview airs, the Christmas party will be right around the corner.
Will be.
So, where do you see this company in 5 years? I understand you have 2 kids or 2 of your kids both work for you in the
Right,
company.
right.
Are they going to be taken over anytime soon, or what's the plan for that?
Well, I'm going to gradually, I guess, phase out of the operation. I'll stay on the board,
Uh-huh.
but I'm in for at least another 6 years.
Okay.
We have expansion plans. We're going to acquire some more companies, and we're going to build what we already have. So I'd like to see us in the next 5 years double our production.
I hear that. So you are truly building an empire. I love it. So do you have a morning routine, something you do every morning to get your day started successfully?
Yeah, I talk to my dogs. Actually, I get up early and feed the dogs and have a cup of coffee, and then I go work out 3 days a week, and 4 days a week I take the dogs for a walk. So
Okay.
that's my routine. And when I go for the walk is when I have downtime, and I used to just sit and kind of zone out, but with the walk is just as good because there's nobody around at that hour to bother me.
So are you one of those 5 a.m. risers or 6 a.m.?
Yeah, 5:45, 6. Yeah.
I hear that. So what type of dogs do you have?
I have a curly-coated retriever.
Okay.
He's big. He was that breed is the first of the retrievers.
Okay.
And then I have a Tibetan Terrier, and he's about this tall.
10,
He's
12
a puppy.
pounds.
Oh, he's 18, almost
Okay.
19 pounds, and he's only 6 months old, so he's going to grow a little bit more.
All right, perfect. So what book are you reading right now?
Dead Wake.
By...
I knew you were going to answer that. I just started the book.
Okay, so what's it about so far?
It's about the. I just opened the book.
Okay,
as a matter of fact.
gotcha. Okay.
It's about a sinking ship.
All right. Which this is not a sinking ship, so that's
No,
good.
no.
So what are you thankful for, Mr. Clagett?
I'm thankful for every day,
Right.
and I'm thankful for having had the opportunity to do what I do and to give back to the community. We do a lot in the community here.
All right. So is that one of the ways that you stay humble because you've had a lot of success, 46 employees. So how do you stay humble and not let your head get above the clouds?
Well, I think you have to fail to understand success, and in doing that, having that struggle, it teaches us a lot about humility and how we deal with our successes. But I really believe that a little failure helps helps people to be successful or appreciate their success. That's
Absolutely.
what I'm trying to say.
So, we're going to be wrapping up soon. So, tell me some places that you have visited before.
Wow. Well, this summer I went to Saskatchewan and fished. I've done Manitoba, Saskatchewan twice, Alaska twice, Costa Rica, and that's the fishing part. And my wife and I have been all over the place, all through Europe and Great Britain. My family came from a place called Clagett in England,
Okay.
and the mayor of Canterbury was George Clagett. So my
nice.
family came to this country in the late 1600s from England, so I was able to trace that back and had some fun there. But interesting times.
That's pretty cool. So, as far as the fishing goes, what's the biggest fish that you've ever caught? I'm surprised I don't see a marlin above your desk back here.
Well, real fishermen don't have to brag. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. I guess sailfish, probably an 80-pounder, but we caught a 51-inch, 54-inch, 41-pound, 51-inch rockfish.
Okay.
And this year I caught a trophy pike, which was over 40 inches long, and a fish called a grayling, which is a trophy fish as well. So a lot of salmon, but the biggest one was probably the sailfish, 78, 80 pounds, and it took me about an hour to bring that rascal in. So.
Good stuff. You're getting out there, sir, and I appreciate it. So, you've been in Rotary for 12 years.
About, yeah.
And we appreciate your service. So how can people get in touch with you or the company? Are you guys on Facebook?
We're all over there. Yeah,
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter,
right,
internet, all that good stuff.
Right.
So what I'll do is, if anybody wants to get in touch with our viewers, I'll put your information in the show notes.
Okay.
And then we are good to go. So ValorLives interview series episode number 44. Go out there, show some valor. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.